All right, here we go. Guerilla Black. Welcome to Vlad TV.
Good. You having me here, man. Definitely. I'm glad you're having me.
Well, you're someone that's always been around, that I've always been familiar with. We ran in some of the same circles at one point.
Right.
But we may or may not have actually crossed paths before. We were trying to figure it out.
May not. Yeah,
before the interview.
That's like I said a minute ago. I mean, you was around some of the same people, and that's so crazy. But that's why I asked you, had you lived out here? And you was like, yeah, I'm back and forth, but you stayed up in Jersey and stayed up in Hell's Kitchen. Was you up at Czar? And I was like, yeah. You know, because I was up at Czar quite a bit, going back and forth to New York and so forth.
That might be it. Maybe one day when I was up at Czar at Jimmy Henchman's studio.
Yeah, because I was up there recording, doing mixtapes up there. And then whenever I would go out there to Virgin, up to Capitol, I'd be up there as well.
Well, let's get into your whole story. So you were born in Chicago, but you were raised in Compton?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So it's crazy how that all came about because, you know, I was young, and so I was born in Cook County Hospital. And so that's like Joliet, Illinois. And so my family migrated, went down to Mississippi, and then my mother ended up coming out here to California. So when she did, she ended up bringing, you know, myself, my brothers, and all of us out this way. So we've been out here ever since.
Okay, and your brother is Hot Dollar.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay, who did his thing around the same time.
Yeah.
You know, I was saying Sidekick, that was my joint. That was I know that wasn't his big song, but to me, that was the song that really...
definitely.
Streets on Lock was the song that he really kind of came up off of.
Streets on Lock, man. I mean, it was just phenomenal, man. He just caught a record, man, and he caught a vibe, and it was just beautiful, man. And he had a lot of dope records around that time. He recorded Sidekick, and, you know, it was a lot of records that I thought that, you know, that could have did a lot better than they did, but Streets on Lock was the one that a lot of people gravitated to, and a lot of dudes was like, okay, that's the one.
Right. So you're growing up in Compton, and this is Compton in the 80s.
No, this is Compton late 80s.
Late
80s, 88, 89, 90.
Okay.
Yeah.
And back then, I mean, Compton was pretty crazy.
Right.
What were some of the craziest things you experienced during that time?
I mean, around that time, early in Compton, you know, in that time I was going to Whaley Middle School, and my mother, she stayed on Poncetti and Elm. And so that's when, you know, we had curls. We walking around there with khaki suits on.
You had a Jerry curl?
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Vlad. I had a full-blown Jerry curl now. I'm going to keep it 100 with you now. You know, and I remember, you know, my boy Casper, my boy D. We used to, you know, go to Whaley. And so, you know, back then, you know, that gang life and that gang culture, it existed everywhere and was prevalent throughout Compton. And, you know, one of the first experiences that I had is, you know, my boys, you know, we rolling, and my boy got his blue rag in his pocket, so it is what it is. We rolling, and we walking down Rosecrans. And before we even knew it, man, there was so many dudes just came across Rosecrans from Ludus Park, and they pretty much surrounded us at that time, and they was like, you know, what's up? And my homeboy, he just banged, and so he was like, what you being belligerent for? And from there, you know, we we got our ass handed to us, but that was the culture. That's what it was. It wasn't, you know, dudes just pulling out and just shooting your ass the fuck up. Dudes would beat your ass back then.
I remember one of your songs, you said you never claimed Crip or Blood.
Right.
So you yourself never really got affiliated.
Well, I'm affiliated to an extent with a lot of different people that over the years that, you know, raised me. And so when you look back to that extent, you know, I'm affiliated with dudes from Harlem because those are the people that really, you know, nurtured me and cultured me through this music. And so them the people that I ran with. And so, yeah.